take you to there, have a look at some of that site as we talk to our correspondent Andrew Hilliar, who's in Delphi for us. Andy, UNESCO, what are they trying to get out of this? Tell us.
Well, the big aim here is to celebrate 50 years since that Convention on World Heritage was signed, which is one of the reasons why these magnificent surroundings here, near the archaeological site of Delphi, were chosen to host the event. Now, you have to remember that convention, something we all take for granted nowadays, really laid out how these natural cultural sites are all part of our shared common heritage and belong to all of humanity. So nowadays there are well over 1,000 sites on the list. But this gathering, not just about looking back, it's also about looking forward, because the message from UNESCO today is basically that our actions, as you said there, over the next 50 years are going to be essential in determining their fate, given the many threats they face.
Yeah, while you're talking, Andy, we're seeing some beautiful images that I know you've filmed there of the site. Tell us a bit more about the biggest threats to World Heritage there.
Well, yeah, I mean, the biggest threats are war and climate change. Right now, more than 50 sites are in danger. Now, some 1 in 5 sites are thought to be threatened by climate change. You know, that really is a huge number. You've just got to look at places, you know, like the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia. We know that that's under threat. In Ghana, we've seen how coastal erosion is also threatening several sites there. And then, of course, there's the big worry, it's conflict. We all remember those pictures from Mali, from Timbuktu, you know, quite a few years ago when the city was overrun by jihadists. And then, of course, other countries like Syria and Iraq, home to some really stunning, very older sites. Those countries are simply ravaged by war in the last few decades. So again, UNESCO really trying to get people to understand today and tomorrow during this conference that we really do need to get our act together if we're to save these sites, because once they're gone, there's no getting them back.
And there's a big focus there as well on Africa particularly, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right. Several delegations from African countries are going to be here at this conference, and that's for a simple reason. Only 10% of World Heritage sites are actually in Africa. That means that only 10% of sites on the list are found in Africa, which means that the continent is hugely underrepresented. Now, there are several reasons for that, one of them being many countries in Africa are simply racked by instability. Another reason is that many countries in Africa simply don't have the technical know-how to get their sites on the list and then to protect them. So one of the measures that UNESCO may be announcing today are ways to help those countries to go through the administrative procedures to get the sites on the list and then help them to protect the sites afterwards. Another idea from UNESCO is to get local people and indigenous people more involved because the thinking goes that those people are the ones who know better than most how to protect the sites and to safeguard them for future generations.
Andy, thanks very much. Andrew Hilliar, our correspondent there, joining us from Delphi in Greece.